Hello everybody, as you might know, I love to propagate my houseplants and create mixed pots with the cuttings. Like this one here that contains golden pothos, tradescantia and neon pothos cuttings. And I like to keep this pot close to a window so the tradescantia stays beautifully purple all the time. Here we got another mixed pot with a begonia tamaya and a purple velvet plant co-housing together in a pond substrate. Now recently I discovered a simple trick to get a full mixed pot of cuttings in one go. So let me show you right away. This is what I used to do, mixing different and separate cuttings in one single pot. First we got some Cebu blue cuttings in the front, then the big leaves that you see are 4 separate Philodendron pedatum cuttings, and finally we got a smaller Philodendron pinnatulobum F cutting in this pot. Now all these cuttings were first water propagated before I put them into soil. Just like the ones that you can see right here that are currently rooting in water. Now you can put just one cutting in a big glass, like for instance this Philodendron asplundii that already produced huge roots in the water, or this Philodendron white night cutting with a very cute white leaf. But water propagation sometimes has its issues, like with this peperomia here that produced lots of roots in the water, but since the top of the bottle is so narrow, I can't get it out anymore without damaging it. The same goes for these Philodendron burley marks cuttings, lots of roots but impossible to get them out of the jar without damaging the cuttings or their roots. So let me show you now my simple trick to get a full mixed pot in one go without any of these problems. Alright, here we have a bouquet of several Philodendron, silver sword, red emerald and painted lady cuttings, propagating together in water for a couple of months now already. And this crystal glass that I'm using is very narrow at the bottom, so the roots of all these cuttings get totally intertwined. And the top on the other hand is much larger, so the plants can spread out like a bouquet of flowers. So basically this becomes one single giant cutting with one single root ball. So when I want to put this into soil, I just make one big hole in the soil for all the cuttings. So when I take the cuttings out of the soil, you can see how their roots are all connected together. And no need to separate them means less risk of damaging all these delicate roots. So in a way, the crystal glass pre-shapes the different cuttings in such a way that you get a full pot of different plants in one simple movement. So all I have to do now is just push the soil around the bouquet so that it's firmly and stable in its new home. So instead of a pot with separate sad and small cuttings, you get this beautiful and full new pot. And if you want, you can already put a moss ball in the soil, since all these plants are obviously climbers. And yes, of course, I have already refilled my magical crystal glass with a new bouquet of Cebu blue pothos, Monstera standliana variegata, purple velvet plant, Philodendron red, and finally Philodendron pedatum. So this will be my next full mixed pot. So there you have it. Now, when you have a lot of houseplants to propagate, I think this is a great way of making the most of your cuttings and frankly also of your space. And obviously some cuttings might not make it, but that's okay, since they are basically all free plants and there are plenty of other cuttings left in the bouquet to make sure that your pot stays full. Alright, that's all for today's video. Thanks for spending some of your precious time to watch it. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking it or subscribing to my channel. I will definitely make update videos on these guys. For now, I wish you a very nice day and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.